let's open this baby up. Ooh. Hello everyone, this is Milo here and welcome back to another console unboxing review. As you can see, I've got a new microphone, so after this video please be sure to leave a like or just put in the comment section if you liked it or not. You know, I appreciate all the feedback. So then, I've covered PlayStation peripherals, technically not PS5, but there you go. And I've also covered Xbox as well, with me unboxing the Xbox Series S Carbon Black Edition, which is still one of my favourite Xbox console revisions I've seen. But we haven't really done Nintendo yet. Now, you know, full disclosure, I used to be a Nintendo kid growing up, so I had a Nintendo Wii way back in my childhood, way back in 2007 or 2008. And I also had the Nintendo DS as well, which I really loved playing. But yeah, I used to be big on Nintendo. However, I slowly grew out of it through my adolescent years. So I started to focus my gaming obsession towards companies like Xbox, when my parents got me an Xbox One for my birthday, that we have covered on this YouTube channel, so be sure to check that out. But yeah, now then, the reason why I'm saying we haven't covered Nintendo yet is because I'm not that big of a Nintendo fan now than what I used to be. So what I've done, I've picked up a new console. It's the latest one. It's the Nintendo Switch. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Nintendo Switch is basically a hybrid between a handheld console and a regular home console, because Nintendo are really big on controller and console innovation. So consoles like the Wii, with its really weird controller that basically looks like a TV remote but really good for the target audience, and the very complicated Wii U, which I don't know what the hell Nintendo were thinking when making that console. It's just very confusing. That's partly the reason why it didn't sell well. But the concept was still there from the Wii U. So they decided to go back to the drawing board, think of a new console that isn't as confusing or how complicated the marketing for the console would be. So that's when we got the Nintendo Switch. Now, my mates had got Nintendo Switches, alright? And I wasn't a big fan of Nintendo, so I never really got one until now. But yeah, I'm excited to see what comes out. I'm excited to see what Nintendo have done this time. So the model I have here is the top of the range OLED model with its classic neon colors, which I really like. Although I wasn't a big Nintendo fan, I did like the Nintendo Switch. I liked how good the functionality was. So that was nice. I'm excited to see what's going to be in this box. So without further ado, let's do the console review. So yeah, this is the Nintendo Switch OLED model. Now, when the Nintendo Switch first launched in 2017, they created multiple different revisions of this console. Well, not really multiple, but there were two different revisions of this console. One of them was the Switch Lite, which was like a regular Switch, but lacked detachable Joy-Cons and the ability to connect to the TV. It was a pure handheld console, but it did lower the price down to under £200 or $200. But this is the top-of-the-range OLED model that was released in 2021 to compete against PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X consoles. So I'm excited to see what they've got. So from the box, it looks pretty self-explanatory. The back of the box sort of tells you what you can do with this thing. You can play it on tabletop mode, play it with the Joy-Cons attached. You can connect it to the TV, which is something that I really like. I like when handheld consoles can connect to the TV. That's a really useful feature. And yeah, it seems pretty self-explanatory. Standard Nintendo packaging. So it sort of tells you the contents of the device. But yeah, let's just get to opening this thing. If I remember, I've got this side. Here we go. That was easy. Let's open this baby up. Ooh, wonderful. So, when you first open up the box up, you are immediately presented with the console and the Joy-Cons. Now, this simple screen, it's basically a screen, but this little screen is basically the console. And these are the Joy-Cons. Now, I've heard a lot of good things and bad things about it. Good thing is that they're detachable, so you've got a lot of flexibility. So when you're playing games like Mario Kart, you can detach the controllers, give it to your mate or a member of your family, and you can play Mario Kart together. That's nice. I really like that. But at the same time, these controllers are very prone to get stick drift. So I'm a little bit scared of that, but I know that there's a lot of third-party options for the Joy-Cons. So yep, put that to one side. We've got this, which I presume to be the dock for the TV. Yep, that's the dock. That is the Switch dock. Let's open that first. I mean, this is a lot of packaging. That's often good to hear. Yeah. But yeah, this is the Switch dock. It's a little bit different to the one that was used on the original Switch. So the logo is smaller compared to the one that was pretty large. And the back of it, it's got this little wavy thing. I don't know what to call it, but I know that it's a gap to allow you to actually put up all your connectors and everything. Now I wonder, how does this feel? Here we go. Just pops off. But yeah, you've got the AC adapter to power the console when it's charging or on TV mode. You've got the HDMI out, which is very unique for a Nintendo console, because with the Wii, you didn't really get HDMI. You only got AV cables, which sort of makes sense because the console really only put out 480i, as opposed to some consoles which could do 1080p, so that's the PS3 and Xbox 360. And you've also got a LAN port as well, so I'm guessing that's for Nintendo Online. So that's basically manual online play. So that's really lovely, and it even comes with a nice little case here so that you can keep those stored in safe. Lovely. So yeah, we'll put that to one side. And of course, you've got your standard cables like your HDMI, your AC adapter right here, and even, oh yes, and even the Joy-Con grips. So yeah, when you're playing games like Nintendo Switch Sports or Wii imported games that use motion controls, you'll basically need these to play them, because unless you want your Joy-Con to go into your TV, yeah, best to keep those on your side. And you also have the Joy-Con grip. Now, when you're using this in TV mode, what you do is you basically connect your Joy-Con controllers onto this little grip that I've just dropped. Yeah, you just connect these to this little grip and you can use it like a regular games controller, which is also quite cool. But then again, a few days from now, I might get a Switch Pro controller, which has better ergonomics as opposed to the Joy-Con grip. So then let's get into the console itself. Okay, so that was pretty simple. All I really had to do was just pull the console out. But yeah, this screen is the console itself. So it's basically very similar to the one on the standard Switch, but of course you have got that large 7-inch OLED display. It's one of the Joy-Cons. Actually, doesn't feel that bad, you know. Doesn't particularly feel very comfortable. I wouldn't really want to play with this, you know, for most of the time, but still cool to have nonetheless. You've also got the other one with the mouse click buttons. That's nice. And of course you have the console itself. Now this looks nice. So So yeah, the biggest changes I've noticed with from a visual standpoint is that, of course, the large 7-inch OLED display, which looks really nice for what I've heard, and also you've got a new kickstand. So basically, instead of it being like a standard, one flap design, instead you've got the entire back, essentially the entire back of the console, or the entire lower half, basically extends outwards. And it's definitely supposed to be more sturdier than on the standard Switch. So that's really nice. That's really nice to see. So then, let's connect this thing up. Okay then, so I've just finished setting up my Nintendo Switch on the TV. So, I mean, I haven't really done setting it up. I've only really connected it up to the TV just to start up the setup. But yeah, here's the Switch. It looks really nice. And I think all you gotta do is just, here we go. You just slot them in like so. Never done this before. This is really unusual for a console. There we go. And yeah, it feels very sturdy, very good. Let's turn this baby on. Oh, here we go. Started. Wonder where it's gonna. I'll try and angle this so that I can watch it at the same time. Yep, Nintendo Switch. Nice. Very toy-like, very good. Oh, here we go. Here's the setup. Yep. English. Alright, important information. Sorry guys, I gotta tape this. Okay then, so I've just finished setting up my Switch and I'm about to play one of the titles that I've really wanted to play because I've heard some really good things about this game. It is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, I know before you guys type in the comments, oh, but Milo, why haven't you decided to play Tears of the Kingdom? It's the latest Zelda game. Listen, right, I bought this in CX for 38 quid, alright? You know how expensive games are nowadays, Besides, Breath of the Wild is supposed to still be really good, It's supposed to be one of the Switch's best launch titles. So yeah, let's jump into it. Here is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, currently running on the Nintendo Switch OLED. And it actually looks very nice, I like how the display looks. It's definitely lives up to the name OLED very well. I haven't really gamed on that many OLED displays. I've got a PS Vita, but that is a Vita 2000, so it just has a standard LCD. But from my first impressions playing this game on an OLED display, it's actually really nice and very sharp. And also, because it's got a kickstand, it means you can easily rest it against almost any sort of surface, of course. And the good thing about the new kickstand is it definitely seems way more robust than on the standard Switch. Obviously, when you get this thing, I would recommend getting a screen protector because you want to keep that nice OLED display nice and pristine as possible. Just trust me, gaming on a good display is better than gaming on no display, So then, what do I think of the Nintendo Switch OLED? It is definitely, if you haven't got a Nintendo Switch yet, definitely go for this model because the price of this, it used to be £349 here in the UK. The price has gone down to just £309, which is still pretty good value. And I would recommend this above all other Switch models, apart from the Switch Lite, which if you mostly travel a lot and you haven't got time to connect this onto the TV, I would probably suggest that you get that. But if you want the full Switch experience all in one package, then I definitely recommend the Switch OLED. It's just got a lovely display, double the storage, a better kickstand. I mean, what more could you ask? The Switch is, it's an interesting console, but it's also one that has really good functionality. Who doesn't want to have a home console experience and a handheld console experience at the same time? So then, thank you guys so much for watching this review, and I will see you all in the next video.